Make sure y'all bring in questions. Make sure y'all bring in questions to class. Oh, y'all seen Cuban Gooding wife? Look like a quarterback in the NFL.
I always thought this guy was weird anyway.
Yeah, he is. I didn't know he was that damn weird. What the hell is it about this dirtiness? All right. Give the brothers about 2 minutes to join. About 2 minutes to join. We'll knock this off. Somebody let me know that the YouTube stream is going well. Get this going. I might wind up liking this damn thing. All right. 1 Thessalonians 5:21.
The book of 1 Thessalonians, chapter 5, verse 21. Akim got it. Prove all things.
What?
Prove all things.
First of all, I know Adania's holding this story for us. I told y'all we covering how Black and Hispanic interracial relationships with, white people, African people, Asians, right? Whatever you want to insert there does not benefit us. Now, of course, this benefits the other race. How? How? How does you sleeping with a white person or Asian person benefit them? Bakari?
Concert, because it makes you weak as a man.
It's destroying you. It's destroying you. It's polluting your bloodline. Now your baby is, it's an Israelite. If you're a man and you're sleeping with these heathen women, your baby's an Israelite. But his mother is disgusting. His mother's people's cooks with rats, mice, meows, cats. You understand? Like his mother's people is responsible for the destruction of the ghetto. You can't teach him about the destruction of the ghetto. You can't do that without talking down his mother, because his mother makes $10,000. Her people makes $10,000 a week in your destroyed ghetto. You can't possibly tell him why the ghetto was destroyed with accuracy, because you'd have to tell him that it's his mother that did it. You understand? His mother's people did it. If you're a black woman, forget about it. You have basically no influence over the kids. Everyone is doing Christmas. Everyone is celebrating Kwanzaa. Everybody is doing a Chinese New Year, because you have no power. You have no power, right? Drop this and give me a 5 and 33 in Matthews. That's what we're gonna get first. 5 and 33 in Matthews. There's something we missing.
Matthew chapter 5.
Oh, I think it's the right scripture.
Verse 33.
I think this is it.
Okay.
All right. That's fine. 5 and 13.
Yes, sir. Chapter 5, verse 13. Ye are the salt of the earth.
You're the what?
Ye are the salt of the earth.
Would you ever eat a steak that you just threw? You washed it off and threw it in the oven.
Nah, sir.
You just washed it off and threw it in the oven. You would never do that, would you? What would you put on it? Some thyme, some garlic, some salt,
Peppers.
some peppers. You might put you might put some butter on there.
Mm-hmm.
You would never just throw the steak in there raw. You would never do that. Read.
Colonel Khan.
Top.
Ye are the salt of the earth.
You're the salt. Salt makes steak taste good. You're what makes the earth taste good. You give the earth flavor. The reason why people run to the damn NFL stadiums is because of you.
Mm-hmm.
As much as they want to push that, and of course I know these things. They want to push that it is a quarterback-driven league, and for the brothers who don't give a damn about sports, and you don't need to, the quarterback is a predominantly white position. So they tell you what? It's a quarterback-driven league. No, this is a quarterback-driven league, regardless of the fact that even at that position, there is blacks and Hispanics everywhere. Everywhere up and down that damn field, 80% of every roster is black and Hispanic, except for the big white, the fat white guys blocking, and a couple of tight ends. Everybody on that goddamn field is black. People are flooding to that stadium to see blacks and Hispanics sweat and play and break bones and hit each other as hard as they can while catching a ball and scoring a touchdown. They come there for you. You're the entertainment there. It's you. You give the earth its salt. Even in slavery, they flood the NBA stadiums to see you. To see you. You die. You was a sports star. You die. The world mourns you. You're nothing but a sinner, but the world mourns you. They mourn you because you were the salt of the earth. You gave them flavor. You give America flavor. Without you, America would not be what it is today. You gave America its flavor. The reason why they can claim land of the free, home of the brave, is because you gave it flavor. When Dr. Fauci wanted everybody to believe the vaccine worked, what did he say?
Oh, black man.
A black woman made it. Because you are the salt of the earth. You're the thing that makes the earth go round. You're the thing that makes the earth well done. It's you. You make the earth well done. Read.
Colonel Khan. But if the salt has lost its savor,
if you think you pouring salt, you think you pouring salt on top of the steak, and it turns out that's ice. Ain't nothing but ice, ain't nothing but water, right? There's no flavor. That's not a flavor. That's just water there. Good.
Colonel Khan, wherewith shall it be salted?
If you're supposed to be salt, but every time I go to eat you, there's no flavor, how the hell are you salt? What does that mean?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
It's like it's like a wash down.
Walk down.
It's cranking.
I wasn't listening.
If read it again. You gotta listen.
Slack. Ye are the salt of the earth. But if the salt have lost its flavor,
You're the salt of the earth. Go ahead.
but if the salt have lost his flavor, his savor,
His savor.
come.
But if you lose your savor, meaning your salt, this is supposed to be salt. And every time I put it on the steak, I'm expecting the steak to come out with flavor. Well done. It does not come out flavored. It does not come out well done. It comes out bland, tasteless. Okay?
Wherewith shall it be salted?
Are you even salt? If you're salt, you're supposed to be salt.
Come.
But I taste you for the characteristics of salt. Just see if you have flavor.
Come.
And you are found to have no flavor. Are you even salt?
Lie, sir. Lie.
So what is that? What is it saying? What is it really saying? Is this a parable about salt? Is this talking about salt? Does Christ want you to know about how much salt to put on your steak?
Lie, sir.
What is Christ saying?
Saying that the person or persons or nation has lost their savor.
Say it again.
That the person or nation has lost their savor.
Elaborate.
That the children of Israel have lost their I'm gonna use flavor, so to speak, has lost their flavor.
Don't say flavor. The children of Israel. Give it to Bakari.
Sir, I think that it means that if the 12 tribes of Israel were to sleep with or do anything with the heathen, therefore you lose your importance.
That's what I'm talking about. So go ahead.
I think that means that you lose like your importance. So like, what makes you not that, but like
Right. What makes sure you're right?
yeah,
Correct.
like the salt and the seasoning. You're like flavorless without that.
You're correct. You are flavorless. Let me tell you something. Y'all both are correct in a way. But Dunya was more so on it. As Israelites, your flavor, contrary to popular, now it is flavorful how you are in the NFL field, and it's flavorful how you are in the NBA court, and it's flavorful how you use a microphone. All of that is flavorful. However, your flavor as an Israelite is not that. Your true flavor is obeying the Most High God, being priestly, having no other race on earth being able to be compared to you. No other race on earth can stand in front of an Israelite and say that we are the same. We have the same pedigree. We have the same honor. We have the same integrity. They can't say we have the same God. You understand that? That's your salt. And how do you know? How do you know that it's not just being on the NBA court and being on the NFL court? How do you know that's not your salt? How do you know a black woman having a big butt that's not the salt? It's like if that was a little vulgar or whatever like that. How do you know that's not the salt? How do you know a black woman having a big behind isn't the salt? A Hispanic sister having a big chest isn't the salt? How do you know that's not the salt? That's part of our flavor. Our women look better. Our men are more masculine. No, nothing. Kashan,
I'm not up to call, but I believe.
get that microphone. Y'all remember we don't pass the microphone around like dirty.
Sir, I believe you're asking what makes us the salt, sir.
I answer what makes you the salt, but why is it what I said? Why isn't it the NBA court? Why isn't it the NFL court? It's like, why isn't the NBA court the NFL field? Why isn't it the stage in the concerts?
I want to say, sir, because the Most High chose us to be His people.
He did choose us to be His people, but he also, we're nice at basketball. We got talent. We have innate talent at basketball, innate talent at football, talent with entertainment in general, with arts. And Arts and crafts and entertainment, that was put in school for black people. You understand? Or at the very least, you mastered it. You take advantage of it. It's yours.
So like I said, if I may, you're asking
Why?
what makes us better?
Why isn't it that? Why isn't that the salt? Why isn't that what Christ is talking about? You ever done your shot?
It's more or less like it's in everything we do. Salt makes it taste good. Like the way we walk, the way we talk, the way we drive a car, the way we say certain words, bring flavor to the earth.
But why isn't it? You're not answering why it's not the NBA court. Why isn't it the field? Why isn't it the football field?
Like I said, that my answer was that it's in everything that we do. It's not just the NBA court.
It is in everything, but it is what this is actually talking about.
Kind of.
It's talking about you bring flavor, you bring all that to the earth. But your true power is following the Most High. Your true salt, what you really bring to the earth, is is lawfulness. You bring lawfulness to the earth. You bring order, peace to the earth. That's salt. That's flavor right there. You bring peace and order to the earth. You understand? You bring peace and order that the Catholics have tried to imitate and failed. The Vatican tried to imitate and failed. They have all their priests sucking boys. Yeah. They failed. They failed where we won't fail at, because that is truly your salt. And it's not the NFL field, and it's not the NBA court, because what happens when a white man shoots a ball well like Larry Bird? Does he now have your salt? What happens when a white man studies the dictionary and claims to be a good rapper like Eminem? Does he now have the salt of a black man? What happens when a sister sleeps with a white man? Because she says that, he's masculine. He's from the back alleyways of West Virginia. He plays in mud puddles. Does that make him have your salt? Is your salt just your rap skills and your basketball skills and your football skills? That's your salt? No. That can be imitated, as shown by what I just said. If a white man shoot a basketball well, what you gonna say? You're gonna say that our sisters, their salt is their behind, their salt is their chest. What happens when you see a white woman like that? What happens if you see a African woman like that? Do they have our salt? Your salt that you bring to this earth is order, lawlessness, godliness. You understand? Now it just so happened what falls under that. The Lord just made you better than every other race in everything I just discussed. So if you find a white person that can shoot a basketball, like that don't mean they have your salt. You find a white woman that, like, the reason why you don't sleep with white women is not because, I find them ugly. That's not reason enough. Because what happens when you find a white woman who you don't find ugly? What happens when you do that? What happens when you find a white woman who got an injection in her behind, who has a Hispanic mother, a black mother? What happens when you do that and you don't find her ugly? So that breaks your code, and now you go sleep with her. You have to have integrity. Your salt comes from your integrity, your love for your God, how godly you are, how much you follow the law. That gives you your salt. Because if you find another race that tries to imitate what you do, you cannot latch onto them as if they are you. You must understand that what gives you your salt is not shooting a damn ball, throwing a damn ball, spitting on a goddamn mic, painting like I don't even know no damn black painters. Let me not even go there. Basquiat black? Basquiat, there you go. Basquiat. That's not your salt. Your salt is your godliness. But if you are the salt, you are the godliness in the earth. And I go to do what? Read it, Adunya?
Where shall it be salted? Come on, sir. But if the salt have lost its savor, but if the salt have lost his savor,
But if I'm going to taste the salt, I'm going to say this is the godliness of the earth. Let me go witness it. And what do you find? Crack, right? Gang warfare, interracial relationships, sisters sleeping with white women, which we're going to get into. That is today's class, interracial relationships. And why they are like, I'm kind of tired of covering this about how ridiculous it is. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. That right there is the reason why the Most High looks down and says they deserve to die by the hands of white men. That's why he let the white man put us in slavery, because we did not deserve for him to be our God. He turned his back until we realized that your salt is not your basketball skills. Your salt is not how much you can bend over backwards for other races. Because we do that very well. Very well. There's probably no other race that does it like us. Your salt comes from your godliness. And when a sister realized that, she don't go sleep with some goddamn devil. When a brother realizes that he doesn't lead a whole damn race of people into hell because he wants orgies with devils. Read the rest of that verse, or was that the end of that verse?
Last. It is thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out and to be trodden under the foot of men.
So give me Mark 9 and 50. That's a better salt verse.
Come on, sir. It's the book of Mark, chapter 9, verse 50. Hakim got it? Mm-hmm. Salt is good, but if the salt have lost his saltness, wherewith will ye season it?
If you putting salt on a damn steak, or you're trying to salt the earth. You're trying to get it godly. You're trying to make everybody long. You want to rule the earth. These people are supposed to rule it. You're put here on the earth. We're here. We are here, and the earth is for the taking. But every time you go and taste it, you go look for the godliness amongst our people. It's saltless. There's no salt there. There's no flavor there. There's no godliness there. And if there's no salt, if the salt isn't salty, what the hell else can you put on salt to make it salty? That is the salt. Meaning there's no substitute for you. You understand? There's no substitute for a black or Hispanic man in the earth at all. There's no one who can fulfill the role that you must play on earth. No one. Look at the Vatican. Tried. Everybody's gay. Everyone's a lot here. YouTube. I gotta add, what's the proper word? Everybody is alphabetized. Everybody. Because you don't rule. The ghetto is destroyed. Hell, you have to live in a ghetto because you don't rule. There's always someone who will rule. And the Bible was telling you there is no replacement for you. So if you aren't ruling, there will always be somebody to ruin the earth in your stead. Instead of you adding salt and bringing godliness and order and law, there will be somebody here that will alphabetize the earth, that will destroy everything that you see in front of you. And of course, we'll ask why, and we'll ask how, and we'll never look at ourselves and say, because we're supposed to be the salt. We fix this. You take a steak out and it's nasty, what you do? Flavor. It's not done. It needs more of this. It needs more of that. Well, that's what you got to do with black people. You got to do with our people. You got to look at us and say, we need this and we need that. We need to not do this and not do that and add this and add that. This is how you fix a people. But when you allow our women to go sleep with heathens, there's no end to that. When you allow our leaders to say that he wants little black boys and little white girls to hold hands and have orgies in pools, there's no end to that. There's no stop. There's no telling where that stops at. You understand? That goes on forever. Unless you rise up and stop it. Unless you rise up. At the end of that verse? Nope.
Gosh, I don't remember where we off at.
At the question mark.
Con. Have salt in yourselves.
Have what?
Salt in
You
yourselves.
gotta have salt in yourself, okay?
And have peace one with another.
Have peace with one another. Have salt within yourself. Have that godliness within yourself. Then you can portray it to everyone else. Give me 1 Thessalonians 5:21. Adunya, you hope that story. You can start reading it, as a matter of fact. Give Adunya the microphone. Give that damn story. It's nasty. Now, I can't say what I want to say on YouTube. I'm going to tell y'all that right now. I can't use the verbiage I would like to use on YouTube to correctly portray or convey my feelings about this damn story. It may seem small to y'all, but brother, when you understand that black men have been standing up for this woman for how long a career been going on? 15 years? 20 years?
Serena?
Yeah, about 15, 20 years.
Time.
About 15, 20.
I would say
when she
30.
became a woman. When she became a woman, and they
okay.
started to villainize her for having the chest and the behind of a black woman.
I would say about 20 plus.
About 20 years.
Okay.
Black men have been protecting this woman for 20 years for her to go sleep with the enemy. And out of nowhere, she just got horrible at her craft. She got disgustingly bad, just horrible. And of course, now that she lost to another sister who is not sleeping with a white man, at least not to my knowledge, is not sleeping with a white man right now. She's crying on national TV about how she might have to consider retirement because it's just not the same. Well, things all changed when you slept with the devil. Things change when you put evil inside of you. When you birth evil into the world, things tend to change. Read that story.
Sir.
You also put the story in the chat if y'all want to click it and read along with them.
Sir. Has the from the top?
Naomi Osaka suffers. That should be the title.
Slot. Naomi Osaka suffers the agony of victory over Serena Williams.
She suffers the agony of victory. Get it? Osaka wins.
Slot. Osaka wins her first Grand Slam while Williams loses a point, a game, and her composure in a match that left no one feeling like a champion.
Now, I ain't watched this. I go outside. The complaint was that the ref was cheating her and, all types of bad things were happening. So she lost her composure. She threw a tennis racket down and called the ref a cheat. She got a what do you, I don't know what the hell they call it in tennis. She got a verb for the way she was talking. She got a point taken away and all types of things happened to the point where afterwards she's crying. And then she made the young sister, she's crying because she whooped her. She whooped her regardless of what the ref did. She whooped her and they're both crying and she's telling her it's okay, you won, and all types of things, all types of garbage. Please read them.
Come on, sir. Naomi Osaka of Japan right hug Serena Williams.
No.
Oh, okay.
New York.
Come on, sir.
Has
there ever been a more miserable looking Grand Slam champion than Naomi Osaka?
Mm-hmm.
Osaka scored the biggest win of her career, becoming the first Japanese player ever to win a Grand Slam title by beating Serena Williams 6-2, 6-4 at the U.S. Open on Saturday afternoon.
I don't know. because of that last name. Naomi Osaka is a black woman.
Kind
She was
of.
born in Japan. Was her mother Japanese or something? Or
Oh.
she was born. I know she was born in Japan.
Kind of.
So her name is Naomi Osaka, but she is a so-called. Well, you can't call her African American, which is why that's retarded.
Kind of, sir.
She's an Israelite.
Kind of, sir.
That's ridiculous. She's an Israelite. Go ahead.
In doing so, she cemented her status as the future.
She's a Levite. She's Asian.
Kind of. Kind of. In doing so, she cemented her status as the future of women's tennis. But she did it while enduring the deafening boos from a crowd disappointed in the way the game was officiated.
They're booing her while she's winning because they want their black queen to win. Their black queen, their black sellout queen, they want her to win because there's a bunch of white people in the crowd cheering her on. Go ahead.
As a result, Williams, 36 years old, ended up switching from competitor mode to that of a mother, consoling the 20-year-old as she wept. It was an ugly win, and during her post-match interview, Williams took to the mic to calm a loud, angry, booing crowd.
They're trying to paint. Let me tell you something. They're trying to paint her in the light of there's nothing. She could do nothing wrong in this situation, despite the fact that she lost her cool. Now, mind you, if she was a natural, organic, regular black woman who did not marry, sleep with, and have a child for a white man, her actions that throwing a tennis racket and calling him a thief, calling a ref a thief, she'd be on what they call it, Sports Center. She'd be on. I don't think that's still around. Is it?
Yeah, come on.
They call it. She would have been on Sports Center as the main topic on black aggression in sports.
God.
Black aggression in sports, but because she let a white man destroy her, it is completely perfect. It is perfectly fine. The aggression and anger she showed, and she gets to be painted as benevolent. There's nothing wrong with her. She was upset because she got cheated. Read on.
I don't want to do questions, Williams said. I just want to tell you guys she played well. This is her first Grand Slam. Let's not boo anymore.
You don't need to know about tennis. Why did I bring this up? They're going to treat her wonderfully. Pat her on the back. So you did an excellent job. There's nothing wrong with how you acted. Go home and go back. She still had. Here's the story. I don't have to watch sports to know this. I'm telling you, I've watched it for years. She's going to come back. She'll still be great. She's still Serena Williams. She still has her loving husband and her, how old is that damn devil? 2-year-old, 3-year-old son at home. And it's a son or girl. It's a devil. Still has him at home and it's wonderful and it's gorgeous. And they're going to paint her in this wonderful light where if Naomi Osaka lost and she felt like she was cheated on and she slammed her racket on the ground and she cussed out the ref and called him a thief, she'd be painted as a villain. She'd be a villain, but Serena Williams gets a pass. Why? Because she cracked her legs open for a white man. She broke the barrier that was restricting her. Because if you don't know, and if you don't believe me, Akim, who were they vilifying in tennis for the past damn decade? Who are they calling a man? Who they say looked and played and had the strength of a man, and not in the way of she's dominating her sport. They were calling her a man in the way of not in that accepting way that they try to trick you into believing. Here's the double. Right? They're going to tell you that if you say something along those lines, man, you act like a man. To a woman, they're going to call you transphobic. They're going to say you're a woman hater. You're going to say you're anti-feminist. However, they called her a man for a damn decade, for 2 damn decades, called her a man. Said she had the shoulders of a man, the body of a man, the strength of a man. and black men defended her. Black men defended this damn traitor, and this damn traitor went and slept with a devil, had a baby for a devil, and wants to cry on national television as if someone should care. Traitors like this, you oust. You celebrate when traitors like this fall from their grace and their glory. Serena Williams' tennis prowess, meaning her good graces at tennis, the way she was able to hit that little green ball came from the Most High, and she slept with a damn devil and lost everything that was special about her in that damn sport and special about her in general. She became nothing more than a traitor the minute she thought about sleeping with him. She became nothing more than a traitor. You understand, Akin? And this is exactly what you need to avoid if you want to build black people up. You cannot have the ghetto become the salt of the earth. You can't do that. You can't do that if all the women are sleeping with devils. If all the men want orgies with white women. You cannot do that. You can't do that. Read 1 Thessalonians 5:21.
The book of 1 Thessalonians, chapter 5, verse 21. Prove all things. Hold fast that which is good.
Prove everything. And whatever's good, you should keep that. You should keep what's good. Now you tell me, and I'll shut up. I'll stop you from class. When is the last time an interracial relationship worked out for the best for the black party involved?
Never, sir.
And I'll continue teaching. It has never worked out for the black party that is involved because interracial relationships benefit your enemy. They know they are taking a soldier away from our women. They are taking a daughter of Zion away from the soldiers. They know that. They know exactly what they're doing. They don't love you. They don't love you. It's warfare. Go ahead.
Whether it's a black a sister or a brother, it never works out good.
That's what I'm saying. It never. If it's a sister, when the last time? Okay, here you go. Here you go. Here you go. And this is perfect too. Pull that story up where Eve said she was having conversations with her husband about all this black cops murdering blacks going on. You can't say if you're a black woman that go have an interracial relationship. What the hell are you saying? What are y'all talking about right now? It's in 2021. When y'all see each other, what are you talking about? What could you possibly be talking about that y'all can sit there and laugh and be around each other all goddamn day without you looking at him like the grown version of a school shooter? The murderous cop just without the badge. What are y'all talking about? Without him looking at you like a Sandra Bland that should have happened. What the hell are y'all talking about? Nothing. There's nothing. Unless you live in a fake world that they like to call the land of the free. If you still believe that this is the land of the free, then of course you're having these conversations. Because what are y'all talking about? Château du Droit, and y'all talking about going to see paintings, and y'all talking about the town at Benihana's where it was you, your white husband, his white friends, the Chinese guy Dan from work. Of course. Then you can trick yourself into believing America's not falling. It's not falling. Black people are not being murdered in the streets. There's perfectly real reasons for why black people get killed by the cops. It's perfectly real. And what's the adjustment? When I get pulled over, I don't have problems. You know, I keep my hands on the wheel. I tell an officer, I call him sir. I make sure I don't have these problems. This can't possibly be real what you're talking about. These are isolated incidents. Me and my white husband, we talk about this stuff, and it doesn't bother him. It doesn't bother me at all. We still love each other. That's a damn lie. That is a lie that black women tell themselves in interracial relationships to get by. Because if it ever came to the light like Eve did when it done you find this damn story, She said, I don't know how to have this damn conversation with him. What do I say to him? What do you say to the man that's cracking you every night, Salakia? What do you say to him about his people murdering your people? What do you say? Kashat?
If I may, it's a movie on Netflix to some effect of this. I can't think of the actress who played it. She plays a black woman who's in a precinct, and the whole thing is she's in a precinct. She's worrying about something happening with her son or something. The father's white, but the cop in the precinct don't know the father's white. He's arguing, giving the black woman a hard time and a whole bunch of stuff, and then coming to find out that the father is a white man. She's in the precinct arguing and saying some. I forgot the rest of the movie, but it's something to the effect of what you're saying. They had a whole big argument. They weren't together, and he wasn't a part of the son's life.
Yeah, he's a deadbeat.
Is that Holly Berry or Kerry Washington? Or something?
Not Halle Berry. It was maybe Carrie, but it's a movie on Netflix to some effect about it was, and something the son got killed or something or got hurt. The son got killed or something, and it was just showing, like you didn't know that the son was a devil anyway, but in that retrospect, so.
Right, yeah, because if they did know, he wouldn't have got killed. I understand that. No matter what. Just go live life. Go walk around the earth and go look at white men walk down police officers when both of them have their guns drawn. And watch that officer use every tactic that they forget when they see you. Watch him use every goddamn tactic. He goes beyond using tactics. He goes against his books. That when someone has a gun on your damn chest, officer, you blow his. You understand?
Come.
He goes against everything he's taught because that's his people. How could he how could he blow his people's brains on the street? That's not right. But you are different. You are somebody who, if he blows your brains on the street out, who cares? You're not white. You're not white. Give me Deuteronomy 6:4. Matter of fact, you got Eve? Give me Eve.
This article from People Magazine. The Talks Eve says she's having uncomfortable conversations about race with her white husband. The Talks Eve says she's having uncomfortable conversations.
What?
Uncomfortable conversations.
No, yeah. It's very uncomfortable. It has to be very uncomfortable to know that his uncles, his cousins, his father, his brothers have no problem seeing you murdered.
Right.
And you must wonder, well, if all of his family has no problem with this, what does he think? It would be very uncomfortable asking the enemy, what do you think about your enemy? What do you think about my people? See, all these movies we watch where you have two armies going at it and two people fall in forbidden love, and y'all think this is some goddamn Romeo Juliet. This is not Romeo and Juliet. This is called actual life. This is real life. Where if you sleep with your enemy, there's no reconciliation. Romeo and Juliet might actually be good for you to watch because there was no reconciliation. They killed themselves. The conversation is too damn hard to have. So how about you fix it before it happens? Before you get to that point, and don't have those conversations. Don't put yourself in a position to have those conversations. Eve went and married somebody named Maximilian Cooper. Who the hell is that? That sounds so goddamn Arab. Maximilian Cooper. He's like, what does he do? He sell oil? What does he do? Ain't he like a billionaire? He sells oil.
Yeah.
She could have married a Muslim cat on Broad and Market if she wanted somebody that sold oil. At least I'll be grilling her for something different. Go ahead.
Having uncomfortable conversations about race with her white husband. Eve and her husband, Maximilian Cooper, who is white, married in 2014 after 4 years of dating. Rapper Eve is speaking out about racism and reflecting on her interracial relationship with husband Maximilian Cooper.
If you could, right, skip me down to where she talks about racism, if you could find it. Skip me down to what she say about racism. I'm interested to know what a black woman who opens her legs for a white man every night has to say about black people getting murdered in the street by white men. I'd like to know what she thinks on that.
If I could,
If she heard of Sandra Bland, I would like to know what the hell she thought.
if I could, they got the picture in here, sir.
Go ahead.
Can I comment on it?
Yeah, let me see the picture.
Lord have mercy.
Let me see the picture. Where's the picture of
I'll
them?
send it to you. Yeah, kind.
No, let me just turn it around. I just want to see. I don't need that on my phone. We keep that on the dungeon phone. We pollute one phone a class. All right. I see him. I don't want to see him. I see him. I see him. I see him. You like he eat raw meat.
Kind.
Go ahead. If you could skip me down to where well, what did she say? Give me some words, something she said, something that's in quotations or something she said. Give me something she said. In the meantime, somebody else give me Deuteronomy 6:4. You got it? Give him the mic until you find what I need.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6, verse 4. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord.
Give me Judges 16. Nope. Give me Proverbs 14 and 12. Slide me. Jumping around. Give me Proverbs 14 and 12.
12. Shlaka, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 14, verse 12. Or I can have it. There is a way which seemeth.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you finish. I found it. You ain't found it.
This is a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death.
It seems right. Martin Luther King told you that he, pool. You need a pool, man. We ain't got no pool. We had a pool. It wasn't white people in the pool. We had a pool. It wasn't no white people. That's it. Let's not wash our own damn history. This is recent as hell. I understand people being confused about the damn Renaissance, but this is very recent. We had a pool. We had airstrips, we had hospitals, we had hotels. You understand? We had these things. It wasn't white people there. And he traded our self-sufficiency, meaning our ability to be with ourselves with no interactions with white people. He traded that for the chance to get in the pool with Samantha, for orgies with whores who have had penises in them since they were 12. That's what he did. Don't wash our history. Our freedom from our oppressor was given away by a man who wanted to have an orgy. As simple as that. And he admitted it. What did he say on his deathbed? I know what he said on his deathbed. What did he say on his deathbed? When I mean deathbed, I mean before he got killed. What did Orgy Mike say before he got killed? Somebody give him the mic.
He wanted little black boys and little black girls. Those two.
No. I think you know what I'm talking about.
Slug, if I may, about him making the mistake of putting us with compromising our freedom with dealing with the white man.
And integrating us into a house that was burning to the ground. And of course, we understood nothing of what he meant because we was just so damn punch drunk on the pool. We were in the pool with Samantha by this time, and of course, you know, nobody knew what burning house. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? We're in the pool with Samantha right now. How is the pool burning? The pool's not burning. You don't understand no more. You don't understand. See, here's how it goes. You understand when the whip is on your back and the only sanctuary you had was your true brothers, the Native Indians. We understood then.
Right.
We understood to run to our people and separate and become chiefs in their tribes. And they become leaders amongst our people because we are one people. We are one. They married our daughters. We married their daughters because we are one. We are one. We understood then that separation was necessary. But when someone takes the whip off of our back and plays nice for a little while, we forget who the devil is. We forget. You understand that? We forget. This is exactly why your boss at the slave will ask you about Christmas every year to wear you down. You sure? Is this year the year you celebrate? No? All right, I'll come back next year. I'll come back. To wear you down because we have a habit of forgetting just who the hell the devil is. How many times you got to read in the scriptures? Purim is tomorrow night. We're going to New York City. Everybody that's watching, we're going to New York City for Purim and go kick it with the brothers in Harlem. Brother, Purim, we're going to talk about having salvation from white people who wanted to kill us. You understand? Wanted to kill us. How do we go from, an entire story that involves plots and schemes and reversing plots and schemes. A sister having to adore a heathen husband. Come on. We about to cover this tomorrow night as one of the greatest stories in the Bible. Is the whole entire Bible is great. And I have to cover this in 2021 as if this didn't happen already. We have a habit of forgetting who the damn devil is. We have a very bad habit. You got what I need with Eve?
Same story.
You hold 14 and 12. You on people.com? Yeah, it's right. It's in the first paragraph. And she says, but at the same time,
Come on, sir. But at the same time, it is a beautiful thing because I don't know his life. I don't know his life through his eyes. He doesn't know my life through.
Start from the paragraph up so we can know what she's calling a beautiful thing.
Come on, sir.
Let's see what this damn trader thinks is beautiful.
Come on, sir. During Tuesday's episode of The Talk, Eve 41 told her co-host she and Cooper 47 were having some of the most difficult and uncomfortable conversations they ever had.
This is exactly why women don't lead. This is why. This is exactly why. Because but at the same time.
But at the same time, it is a beautiful thing.
This is why women don't lead. You think a conversation with the devil is just the most beautiful thing in the world. It's just absolutely gorgeous and fruitful and changes things. And it makes him say, well, I am the devil. I should stop. It does not do that. Conversations with the devil should only be used to wake up the people who are not the devil. That is it. She's not having a conversation with him to tell him I made a mistake about sleeping with you. She's having a conversation with him saying, I'm glad I slept with you because you understand. As if a black man didn't understand. Salagi. She's rich.
God.
She's rich. Could she still be with him for the money? Because he has billions. That's different money.
God.
Of course she could. But she's rich. She could have easily gotten with a Jake, an average brother, and somebody would have actually understood her.
God.
That brother could have actually said, yes, I remember government cheese. Yes, I do. Yes. Yes. I still have my EBT card. Yes. Yes. He could have actually Salakia as a momentum framed on the wall. I still have it. Still receives food stamps. Someone could actually understand her. Someone could actually understand her, but instead, the traitor in her, the disloyalty about her, caused her to sleep with this man. And to her, the conversations that she has with the devil, like the conversation Eve had with the snake, is just so beautiful. Eve thought that conversation was so beautiful, she took it back to Adam's simple behind and tried to lead Adam. And we know where that led all of us.
God.
This is what women don't lead. Read on.
It's a beautiful thing because I don't know his life through his eyes. He doesn't know my life through my eyes. She shared.
Of course he doesn't. Of course he doesn't. Where the hell did Maximilian grow up? Where did he grow up? Doesn't matter. He didn't grow up in. Was she from Philly?
God.
Are you serious?
God.
Read on. He don't know what Philly like. He know what it's like to own a couple of Exxons in Philly.
God.
He know what it's like that. He knows that life. He don't know nothing about living in Philly.
God.
But he owns your Exxons and your Deltas and your BPs in Philly. But he can't tell you nothing about, he can't tell you about the struggle in Philly. Go ahead.
All he can do is try to understand and try to ask the questions. And he wants to understand, and that's what the Salaki. And that's what the nation that what the world has to do. I don't.
That's what
it wasn't
the nation. And then it's like a pause. That's what the world has to. Like she's trying to speak properly. Nobody cares what she's trying to do. That's what the nation. That's what the world has to do. She's saying that the world.
No, I get it now. I get it how she was trying to get.
Yeah, she's trying to get off a lot philosophical and deep. There's nothing deep about this. This is very shallow because she's very shallow. There's nothing heavy about this woman, which is a one Western. She's light.
Come on.
She's light. Like she's light. And she's perfect for Maximilian because the conversations they have is just so damn fruitful. It's fruitful. You know the conversation you have with Maximilian, it cured war hunger. It cured war hunger. It did. And even though it fixed the ghetto, it did. It did not. You understand? Her conversation with this damn beast does nothing for black people, but it allows her to justify her disgusting decision of opening her legs for him. That's what it does. It justifies her decision. What did she say? That's what the world has to do.
God.
I'm going to have you read that scripture one more time. What the world has to do. We got that mic for you up. She's saying the world has to have these conversations on. And what you'll find is everywhere you go. A movie, watching sports, go to an amusement park, go to the club, go to the bar, go to the racetrack, go to a farm. Everywhere you go, people think having a conversation does something. Don't they tell you that when you were a little boy and they take you to therapy because they say you have anger management issues, and they tell you need therapy. You have to talk to us about this. This will definitely fix you. Opening up and discovering your feminine side will fix that masculine in you. What the hell is your problem? Why would you try to be masculine? What the hell is your problem, right? The hell is your problem? You really act like you're a man. A lot of hell would you do that? Like when there's the option to do the opposite. I'm done yet. Let him speak right quick and then read that scripture, Bible question.
Just something quick on Eve, if I could. She was actually a dope rapper. She looks good, and it was really
she's bad.
It was
now she's a traitor and all. Not she's ugly because she's a traitor. Put it like that. Go ahead.
The choice she made to marry the oppressor. She didn't have to make that choice. She could have got with anybody on the tier that she was on or above or below. And she chose
Maximilian.
She chose Maximilian.
Like there's so many brothers in Philly. I mean, look at him. Can I put this on the damn screen? Like, look at him. Like my computer's all polluted right now. I don't understand this. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Women have this thing, they don't want to. Here's what it is. Here's what it is as well as her traitorous ways, as well as her lack of loyalty, as well as her lack of integrity and honor. What it also is, she was tired of being corrupted for all the whole BS she was doing in relationships with black men. No, you can't do that and be with me. No, you can't do that. Nah, I don't like stuff like that. Take that down. No, you can't post this. It started rubbing her the wrong way, I think. She ain't like that. She ain't like that. She need to be free, right? She need to be free. Maximilian lets her be free. As a matter of fact, Maximilian lets her do whatever the hell she feels like. You understand? Whatever the hell she feels like. And in return, all she got to do is accept the racism. That's it. Do something about it? No. Let's have conversations. No, we're not going to actually give a damn. No, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. When I.S.U.P.K has been doing something since 1969. Of course, she couldn't stand a black man who would do something because that would cause her to have to do something. And Eve didn't want to do nothing. Eve wanted to be with a Maximilian, so she didn't have to do a damn thing. Good. Eve wanted to be with a Maximilian, so Eve could be the hoe she wants to be. Give me what I got.
Slagi, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 14, verse 12. There's a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death.
There's the ways of death. This also applies to women. Them conversations seems like the right thing to do. It seemed like, and drop down, so give him back the mic. Drop down to where it says the barber shop actress continued. It seemed right for her to, publicize that they're having a hard time talking about it, but they're doing it. It's the right thing, and the world has to do it because she wants more black women to be traitors and be disloyal like she is to justify her being a traitor, being disloyal. You understand? When someone is disloyal, let me tell you something. When people left the school in the 90s and the 2000s, they pitched to other brothers. They pitched. Yo, man, you don't like him, do you? You don't like him, man. You saw the way he talked about Mary, man. I don't know, man. I'm starting to think Mary did have sex with a ghost, man. I ain't sure. Yeah, man, I'm trying to tell you, come on, just come and start this church. Come and let's be this Bible study group. You understand? People don't like to be disloyal alone. Because now you the whole time you by yourself, what do you feel? Disloyalty, shame, disloyalty, no integrity. You're not a man. In her case, you're not a real woman. You feel disgusting. You feel disgusting. And she can't bear that. She can't bear that. She needs black women to make the same choice she did. And there's some that have. I was going through a list. I was going to run some names down, but that list is so goddamn long. I don't know where to start. I have no clue where to start. Good.
Probably J-Lo.
I was talking to Daniel before the class, and I said J-Lo. That's what, come on. You get the prominent ones to do it, and everybody hawks over J-Lo. She doesn't age. She doesn't age. She doesn't. She out that white man and aged. Aged. Cracked lines everywhere. Cracked lines it's just lines like every damn where. And then guess what happened? So they broke up, right? And this brother was no honor. Alex Rodriguez. He didn't wanted her for about 20 years. 15, like he been campaigning for this slut for 20 years.
Okay.
And they finally elected him as the dummy of the damn. And he got his wish, and he got to play clean up for a white man. Yeah, but you convince me that interracial relationships are they're holy. They're holy because the conversations you have, that's what's important is being holy, being separate, and see that destroys the whole damn thing right there. How could you possibly be holy and be together with the devil? You can't be. You can't. That's why interracial relationships is against the Bible. You don't read Solomon did it and say, well, he did it, so I'm going to do it. The Bible explicitly says that's what he failed at. Explicitly says that. He failed in doing this. You don't read it and say, oh, man, Samson messed up when he told her his weakness. Samson messed up dealing with her at all.
Period.
At all. You understand? That's what got him killed. What got Samson killed was dealing with an African. Read what I after you were done here. Kashat, Judges 16 and 15.
Come on, sir. The barbershop actress continued. It's going to be uncomfortable. Yeah, it's going to be uncomfortable. But we have to be okay with being uncomfortable so that we can get to a solution.
Yeah. So I got an alternative. Since she's good with being uncomfortable, why wouldn't you be uncomfortable and build up a black man?
Right.
That's uncomfortable, isn't it?
Right.
That's uncomfortable, knowing the trauma he's going through on the earth, knowing all the pain, all the suffering that the people who you're married to now has caused him. Your brother. Wasn't she in the 90s talking that black talk?
Come
The dirty damn
gangster.
beast she is. Like the dirty beast. Yeah, the dirty traitorous beast she is. Why don't you be uncomfortable and help him? You want to be uncomfortable in a damn mansion in Dubai.
Come.
You uncomfortable in a mansion in Dubai from a conversation you chose to have with the devil you chose to sleep with. Yeah, that's not uncomfortable. That's not uncomfortable. As a matter of fact, we speak on these things all the time, and it's quite comfortable. I'm quite comfortable saying that they are the devil that the Bible speaks of. I'm quite comfortable saying that. Not only am I quite comfortable saying that, it is quite true. It is quite true. Did you read all of it? You read all of it?
Kind of read that paragraph. We'll move to the next paragraph, sir.
No. Kashak, give me the verse.
It says 16. What, sir?
Judges chapter 16, verse 15. There's a link to another Eve story in the article that says married life is amazing. Choose your. I mean, she's lying. You just said it was. It's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable. You don't know whether to stand with your brothers and your father. How do you look at your father and then look at your husband? How do you look at your cousins, your brothers, your uncles, and then look at your husband and know his people is killing them? How do you do that? But married life is amazing, isn't it? It is when you are removed from black people. It must be when you live in Dubai. Do I know if she lives in Dubai? I don't know. But I know her husband sells gas. If you want to know to sell gas, you go get Tyrone. Tyrone sell gas, damn. Tyrone sell gas. It ain't $1 billion gas, but damn. The government treating it like $1 billion gas. Hell, here legalizing it everywhere. Go ahead. It's about to turn into $1 billion gas. Salakia. Go ahead, Kashak.
Salakia, sir. I want to say this
Yeah.
before I read this, sir. I can't understand it because they smell like wet dog. So I can't understand it. So you must bathe in some type of something, some perfume because they smell like wet dog. I can't smell that all night.
Because here's the thing. Here's the thing, right?
Ain't worth no money.
The same way we gotta have integrity that even if she's putting up with that wet dog, she's putting up with it because she has such a lack of integrity. It's such a love for her oppressor. It doesn't matter. It doesn't even faze her. Right? She walk in the house and doesn't even smell it. Doesn't even smell. He gets out the shower. She doesn't even smell it. He comes in from the rain. She doesn't even smell it. Why? Her love for her oppressor is that strong. So your love for your people has to be like even greater. And your disgust for people who do that has to be even greater than her love for the oppressor. It has to be even greater than that because like I said, what happens when one of them don't smell like a dog? You know what I'm saying? Maybe she thought the same thing, and maybe when he came in from the rain, he ain't smell like a dog, and she just fell head over damn hills. The first dog that ain't smell like one. She must have fell head over heels. She had to fall head over heels for him because she has no integrity. Integrity stops you from doing things that your mind will play a trick on you and make you think this is acceptable in the moment. In the moment. But she doesn't have integrity. She doesn't have integrity. And now, she knows she doesn't have it. She feels it in her soul. So she's out here saying, it's a difficult conversation and, things like that. But in reality, I'm glad we have to have it all over the earth. Everybody, please do what I did so I feel less of a hoe. So I can feel like I have more integrity when I don't have any. So what I did can be more accepted because she knows when you grow up in the ghetto, in your soul, when white people come to the ghetto, it's like, what is going on here? What is going on? Why are you here? You got that one white kid that moved into your school. Why is he here? And then you try to play nice because you don't want to seem in your soul. I'm telling you, you don't want to seem like the racist kid. And you try to play nice with the white one. You try to be nice to him. You try not to, but he doesn't fit in the ghetto. He does not belong in the ghetto. He's different from the kids who suffer all the atrocities of the ghetto. Right, we wake up in the morning like it's nothing. It's not. All right. The roaches is coming out the damn box of cereal. You plucking them out the damn Cheerios. The milk is like it's iffy. You don't know if you should use this damn milk. You have no clue. Let me tell you something. When you gotta smell that milk more than one time, you probably should not be using that goddamn milk. But we sniffed that thing back. It say the 22nd. It's only the 22nd. So that's what it is. We using it. The roach in the damn cereal, you open the window and pluck him outside. I don't have another box of this. I ain't got another box of this. And you go to school like it didn't happen in the morning. You go to school like ain't nothing just happening that damn morning. And that white boy get there, and he didn't suffer that just now. He did not suffer smelling the milk 3 times, digging around the cereal in the bowl to make sure it's good cereal. You know he didn't just suffer that, Akim, and you can't accept him. But they push it on you to accept them. They push it on us that we have to accept them, or else we're bad people. We're bad people. That's racism. That's racism. Why can't you accept that? That's not nice. You have to be nice to everybody. You can't do it because he's white. You wouldn't want somebody to do that to you. Don't you know your history? I do. And they did it to me. What the hell are you talking about? What the hell? I was told that every day as a kid. Every time we had a boy in our school, we're not treated. I didn't know he was white at first, you know. I treated him pretty regular, but it was something off about him. So I found out his daddy was white. I went to his house one time. His mother was talking. I found out his daddy was white. I'm in all of 6th grade, I believe, 6th grade. It was over from then. Yeah, he kicked the nigga out of the hood. So like he couldn't come back to the ghetto and all that. He still lived where he lived. I can't make a move, but you know. And I kept getting told, you can't do, don't you know your history? Don't you know that they did that to us? You don't want that to happen again. Excuse me? So let's get this straight. If you treat your enemy the way they treated you, they have a green light to re-enslave you. If I choose, you cannot come around here because you caused this. That gives them permission to do slavery again. That's what kids are taught in school. That's what kids are taught in school. So you better be nice to them. That's what they're taught. Be nice. Don't you know your history? And then they give you, they show you that the videos of getting sprayed with the hose and the dog sicking on you and getting beat by the cops and the lynched, the pictures of the lynchings, and they show that disgusting cartoon MLK video. Bakari know what I'm talking about. Bakari know what I'm talking about. And they show all of that, Akim, in order to indoctrinate our children, to teach them that the only acceptable way for you to be in this earth is in fear of them. Afraid that if you treat them bad, they'll do it again. Afraid that if you treat them too nice, they'll stampede on you. So every time you interact with them, just be afraid. Just be afraid. Just move. Do you want me to do this? No? Okay. No. And now you don't want to run around telling people not to treat them bad. You grow up loving them. You grow up having sex with them. All because they told you that if you told him he can't come to the ghetto, he's going to re-enslave you. Shouldn't you stay away from somebody like that even more? Either you treat him like your king or he's going to enslave you. Stay away from him. You don't want to be around that type of person. Go ahead. Not your enemy. Not someone who's proven to be your enemy. Yeah.
Slack yourself. They now teaching the kids that it's called Atlantic slave migration.
Oh, I know.
Not the trade, the migration.
We came over here voluntarily.
Yeah. I listen, that's not the hell what happened. Here, let me show you the real book. Let me show you. And this is what I'm telling my nieces and my migration. When I heard them say, I said, excuse me, wait, what? Come here. Let me show
you.
You
know they offered us a wage, you know. We came over here voluntarily. We had a choice.
We ain't asked
for France, and we had a chance to go to France and make bread, or come to the United States and get murdered, lynched, raped, robbed, period blood in everybody's mouth on a boat. Yeah, unless we chose that one. So that's definitely a migration. Most definitely is. I know what they teaching these kids.
sick, man.
I know exactly what they teaching these kids. They teaching these kids that you were not brought over here against your will. No, you were not brought against your will. You were enslaved because you were mean to them.
Slack it.
Yeah.
What Kanye say? It's a choice. It was a choice.
Yeah, slavery was a choice, you know. And Kanye, he later said, he said what he meant by it was a choice was that you ain't have to be a slave. You could have rebelled. You could have rebelled. Hey, like, okay, first of all, I'll make this from a couple areas. Have you seen the brothers that did rebel? I'll give you one better. Have you seen their remains? Have you seen? You see how vilified Nat Turner is? That vilified he is. You see the holes they put in brothers. You see the dog bites on brothers.
Do you know what?
The marks from the rope on their neck because they just couldn't get it tight enough to hang him. They didn't think it was tight enough to kill him, so they just kept tightening it. Have you seen that? Have you seen that? And then you would dare say that, you know, that was a choice. All you had to do is everybody fight back. And then I would hit him with the scripture. I would hit him with what scripture would I hit him with? I hit him with a bunch. But why shouldn't you have killed him? Why shouldn't you have killed him? He's saying slavery was a choice. Fight back. First of all, Kanye's about feminine as hell. Talking about some fight. Fight back. But why in the scriptures? What scripture would you pull to tell him no, you should not have done that? There's a ton, but if you think of what I'm thinking of.
Two, let me be the one you're asking for first. Not to abhor Edomite, or
No, that's not what I'm thinking
the second one I was saying they hunt your footsteps.
Oh, that's excellent. That's to wild. You definitely study. That's excellent. The Bible. Nah, that was. I wouldn't use that in that at that moment. What I would say, more on the point. He who kills Cain shall be avenged 70-fold times 7. Yeah. You understand? 70 or is just 70-fold, either or. It's perpetuating that. You kill him, you don't get the last laugh. You don't. He's blessed with the sword for a reason. You don't kill him. How'd you get out of Egypt? Did you go kill all the damn Egyptians? No. Who did it for you? The Lord did it for us.
Right.
The Lord killed all the damn Egyptians. What do we have to do? Return to him. Return to him. But Kanye is so blonde-haired, holes in the clothes, white woman out. You don't know what the hell happened. You don't know what's going on. You know. Who takes Kanye West seriously? Anyway, you got something to say before I go on that? For sure.
Nah, just like I was gonna say about, do Kanye know what the term of breaking the buck really mean, or do he know?
Yeah, they broke
what they right.
He knows exactly what that means on a personal level.
Do he know what it feel like for you to say nothing and a man come and just take your wife and say, I'm sleeping with your wife tonight because he's your master?
He has a wife. He knows exactly everything you're talking about. Huh? So why the hell would Kanye West say that? He thinks he's white. He thinks that he went through hell to get Forbes to mention him as a billionaire because everything he holds dear to in life is money. It's money. After he lost his mother, that brother was gone. He was gone. That brother was gone. Judges 16-15.
Come. This is the book of Judges, chapter 16, verse 15. Or I can have it. And she said unto him, how canst thou say?
No, Judges. Oh, my fault. I'm in the wrong place. Good.
Start from the top, sir. And she said unto him, how canst thou say, I love thee, when thine heart is not with me?
Yeah, like this is it right here. This is the key. It's the one right here. What was a black lady we had? That's a white wife. So many, but none of them come to my mind right now. Go ahead, read it again.
From the top, sir.
Yeah.
This is the book of Judges, chapter 16, verse 15. And she said unto him, how canst thou say, I love thee, when thine heart is not with me?
This is what your white wife is going to say to you. This is exactly what she's going to say to you when you are not celebrating Christmas. You understand? When you're not supporting her feminist movement. When you're not Amber, I want y'all just in case y'all forgot, because she pretended to be black. Amber Rose is white. You know that, right? She's white. Let me verify, because I'm old. I'm old, young. Let me verify. Let me verify. I might be eager to call these women hoes and sluts. That just might be. That might be.
He played on TV.
Yeah, Rose, Kanye, bro.
Oh, white girl. I'll look at the song.
No. She's white. She's white. Irish and Italian.
Oh, so she's white.
So I was correct. You know, I'm not too connected with that whole world. Oh yeah, she white. She's white. Yeah, she's you know, men wear skirts and clap their feet together white. She's white. It's like she's white. So remember, she forced Wiz Khalifa. Not Wiz Khalifa. Who was it? 21 Savage. She forced some gangster rapper. Some just so gangster, you know, guns, shooting, gang life. I mean, I'm from Atlanta. He went viral for saying that nobody won't fight no more. I knocked this out. Yeah, she forced people on the slut walk. A slut walk. Oh, y'all ain't heard about this?
No.
I'm
old here, so.
Yeah, I know. I mean, you know, she had a walk for sluts. You know, the breast cancer walk. Yeah, for sluts. You walk for breast cancer, raise money. People donate for every step you take.
Right.
A slut walk. Had a slut walk, and she forced him to be next to her the entire time the slut walk was going on. And she's in charge of the slut walk while she is your girlfriend. While they was holding hands. When you are not supporting her slutty, Christmas-like feminist ways, you know, then it's you don't love me. Where do you think your woman get it from? Where do you think your woman get it from? Well, that damn feminist crap. Where do you think she get it from? Where do you think you don't love me? You don't truly love me. If you loved me, you would let me post my ass on social media. I believe ass is acceptable on YouTube. You would let me post my behind on social media if you loved me. Where do you think she get it from? You would let me go out to the party with such and such if you loved me. You would let me go out with the girls if you loved me, despite her girls being certified whores.
Yeah.
You would let me do that if you loved me. If you loved me, you would have Christmas for the kids. But you don't love me. Yeah, that's what your heathen wife would. That's what a heathen wife. You think you go through it right now with Eve, with your Israelite wife, right? You think you go through that right now? Get a heathen wife, and it's either we're doing Christmas or I'm leaving you.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. Now, our women, you can we ain't doing that. What are you talking about? We're not doing that. This is what we're doing, and that's that. You tell them you're not doing Christmas and Easter. Tell them the kids ain't going looking for them eggs with that candy in the middle of it. The things, looking for the eggs around the church. Tell them the kids not doing it. It's it. That's it. Becky, Samantha's leaving you. So black men break. We break.
Yeah.
And we say, all right. We're doing Easter. We're doing that. We're doing this. We're doing that. Go ahead.
Wow. Slakia, sir. That is. I mean, wow. Of how you just broke that down, because you've been to the studio. I've upgraded it. So the owner of the building, he came by, said, had a drink with me. We toast and everything, celebration and everything. His wife is a white woman, and they live like in Clinton or something. Not Clinton, by Patterson, up there by Patterson. Clinton, right? Clinton, one of them.
Both of them was up there.
Right, both of them right there. So they live there. They have a newborn son. Mm-hmm. She woke up out of her sleep and said, I can't be in the house by myself. You have to come home now. I'm with the fellas. Blah, blah. And she made this little voice, and he's, all right, lovesies, I'm coming. I said,
a little voice.
Hey, they got this little thing they do or whatever, and out the door. I said, oh, okay. In the meantime, I'm at work. I'll talk to you later. Get off my phone. You like that? That come in that little bill SP, right? You got your nails done. You better shut up. I'm at work. He ran out that door. I said, bro, you at? I gotta go. That won't be in the house by herself. She's a white girl.
Yeah, because he's in the house by himself.
Wow.
And if he say I'm not coming out, you know Dave is gonna come over there. He's gonna kick the door in with an axe in hand and a flame shit out. He's gonna reunite her with her race. And that brother is gonna be torn. So he knows better than to come home late. He knows better. Be careful how you're dealing with these it's like it, not be, I'm talking about white women. Be careful to never deal with these white women. Never. Read on in us James.
Come on, concert. Thou hast mocked me these 3 times, and hast not told me when thy great strength lieth.
Now she asked Samson 3 times already, like, what's your strength then? He lied to her 3 times already. Oh, this gives me my strength. Nah, that gives me my strength. Nah, this gives me my strength. Lie. It's just lying. He's lying to her, right? He's lying, and she's playing that old "you don't love me" card. You can't possibly love me because you won't tell me how to destroy you. So you don't love me. This is interracial relationships. This is it. You won't tell me how to destroy you, how to kill you. You obviously don't love me. You obviously don't love me. Like today, they of course they just destroy your soul. You won't tell me how to destroy your soul. You don't love me. You don't love me. Of course, your button is your button is what the hell is Brothers Vices? Whatever your button is your kids. You love your kids so damn much, and she'll kick your kids back in. What you gonna do about it? You love her. You love Samantha. You love Becky. You love Melissa. You love her. The hell are you gonna do? She was, I wish you would never bought them kids. I wish you you're gonna deal with it. Why are you gonna deal with it? Because you're afraid that if the white hope leaves you, you're stuck with niggers. You're stuck with people who scrounge up money for the breakfast in the morning. You're stuck with them. And God forbid you're stuck with the people who birthed you, raised you, and you grew up with. God forbid that. God, for God forbid you grow up with your own people. God forbid you grow up with Black people. Some of the most compassionate, loving people on earth. God, God forbid you do that. God forbid that. That whole borrowing sugar thing you see go on in the movies and all that. I borrow some sugar. Oh, Black people, you're not going to go to borrow some sugar. You're probably eating a meal there. You're probably eating over there. You brought some sugar. What you brought some sugar for? I ain't gonna come to find out you ain't got sugar, you ain't got bread, you ain't got that. Bring them kids over here. Bring them kids over here.
Everybody sit down.
Everybody say we ain't doing all that. We ain't doing this. We gonna see if we can scrounge up. We gonna eat, and then we gonna see what we can do for you. My God, that's Black people. But you so damn afraid of not celebrating Christmas, and she gonna leave. So you gotta bend over for her. Good.
Slakia. I just lost my train of thought. You saying something about it. Yeah, he kind of threw me.
Yeah, because that's what Black people do.
I was there.
In the meantime, let me get some more of this scripture so I can break down some more stuff.
Sir. 16. And it came to pass when she pressed him daily with her words, Slakia, with her words, and urged him, so that the soul was vexed until death. 7.
Good. So that his soul was vexed unto the meaning she just kept doing it until the point he felt like he started to feel like he didn't love her, like he hated her, like he was treating her wrong. I'm not doing her right. Go ahead.
17.
Taking his soul out of his body. You want to see a succubus? It's this right here. Taking his soul out of his damn body. Oh man. Now that I think about it, after she's been hammering it with, a lot of times when your first thought is the best thought. You sit there and think about it for 7 days if you want, and watch what happens. Bad things happen when you think for 7 days when it comes to something she said, because she's usually wrong immediately. You're usually right immediately. You sit there and think about it and give her bull a chance to work. Are you sitting here doing what Samson doing? Damn. Now that I think about it, 7 days later, why didn't I just tell her how to kill me? I don't even understand why. Damn, that's not love if she don't know how to kill me. That's not love. I gotta tell her right now. Go ahead.
That he told her all his heart, and said unto her, there hath not come a razor upon my head, for I have been a Nazarite unto God. You say it like that, or Yahweh Shah. Me Yahweh. So
unto God. You can say unto God.
Sorry. Unto God from my mother's womb. If I be shaven, then my strength will go from me, and I shall become weak and be like any other man.
The power was not in his braids. The power was in the oath between him and the Most High. It just so happened that his oath included his braids. Let's say he went to war and a heathen cut them, right? Somehow managed to cut them. That would not take his power. The reason why he lost his power is because he willfully broke his oath with the Most High. For some, like, understand this, right? If you've ever seen a picture of Samson and Delilah, like one of them painted ones, the show they put out on Samson and Delilah, the movie they put on Samson and Delilah, they always portray her as white. If y'all don't know that, they portray her as white. Delilah's African, so Delilah was more than likely dark. She's very dark. Akim, understand something. Being tricked by a heathen into disobeying your God on an interracial marriage sex level is not only treasonous, it is utterly ridiculous, because I don't care if you like straight hair, curly hair, kinky hair, long hair, short and thick, tall and slim, tall and thick, short and slim, light skin, dark skin, this color, that color, this much hip, this much breast, this much stomach, this much that. Israel is the only nation that has everything I just said, and yet and still we go sleep with something that stink. We go sleep with heathens, and we break our covenant with our God. Like, if you like white women, right? Perhaps right. Let's just throw a wild assumption out there. Maybe that's just a demon. Perhaps it's just a demon trying to get you killed, because of course you saw nothing of what happened to OJ. You ain't see that. That ain't exist, right? We made that up. OJ wasn't real. You ain't see what happened to MLK. We made that up. That never happened. That's not in history books. Not at all. There's nothing. Africans, Samson, of course you didn't see that. David trying to get somebody else woman, of course you didn't see that. Solomon sleeping with every nation. You didn't see that. You didn't see that at all. All the brothers that go to jail, I go to jail from some slut. When you a teenage, you think you getting some white box, and she calling rape, right? She calling the cops saying rape right after you're done. You learn from none of this. You learn from none of this, and you think you're the exception to the rule. It's you. You're the chosen one that's chosen to unite blacks and whites. And if only everybody could be like you, we'd be perfect. Just perhaps you have a demon on you. Perhaps history isn't wrong. Perhaps you're wrong. Maybe. Right? That's not a possibility. Perhaps you're wrong. Perhaps every time we deal with another race of people, we're on the bad end. We're on the receiving end of all the garbage that comes with it. You, as a black woman, you sleep with a heathen. Now you got heathen kids. You did not continue your line at all. You have no hand in helping forward the nation of Israel. Okay. Your inheritance goes to heathens now. Whatever you got from your father, whatever, that goes to heathens now. As a black man, you sleeping with white women and stuff like that, you're going to be giving her everything. I would say kids, but off of history, we give them everything. Every day. Y'all see what happened to Michael Jackson? Y'all see what happened? Y'all don't see what happened to Michael Jackson. All of them, I ain't even sure they his kids. I ain't going to hold you out here. But let's say it was. Let's say they is. All that money going to them damn. I don't. I'm gonna leave that alone. Let me leave that alone. I don't want to get into them murky waters because I got something to say about that, and I ain't really brush up on that too much. So let me leave that alone. Let's just jump back into the scriptures. Give me some more, Samson.
Come, sir. This is the book of Judges, chapter 16, verse 18. And when Delilah saw that he had told her all his heart, she sent and called for the lords of the Philistines, saying, Come, Slakia, come up this once, for he hath showed me all his heart. Then the Lord of the Philistines came up unto her and brought money in their hand.
Sold him out for $1. For $1. You run around the hood all day talking about how one of your homies is a Judas, because you know Judas sold Christ out for $1. What about that hoe? What about that heathen hoe that will sell you out for $1? What about that? What about that heathen hoe that will run her mouth? What about her? Do you treat her the same? No, you don't. You will kick a snitch out the ghetto and call him a Judas. He traded on the gang. Well, why don't you kick these heathens out of the ghetto? Why don't you kick these heathens out of the ghetto and say, no, we cannot trust them. They will sell you for $1. For $1, they will sell you. Drop this. Me Tobit 4 and 12 in the Apocrypha.
So I do remember what I was going to say to you when you was speaking about how I was
Tobit 4 and 12 though. Yeah.
So like how you were saying how kind our people are, how loving our people are. Did you see the video about the cop that was chewing gum and he swallowed this gum and had how I was locking up a black man, a Jake, and he was cuffed on and he started choking. The cop gave the key up to the black man, and the black man did the Heimlich maneuver on him and got the gum. Actually saved the Edomite's life.
I gotta see that.
Saved the Edomite's life, and then when it picked up the cuffs and gave them back to the cop. They ain't showing no more after that, sir.
I would have saved these holes for later if you would have given me that for class.
I just watched it last night, sir.
I need to see that.
I gotta find this.
Put in the chat or something. I need to see that so I can have a field day with that.
I'll see if I can find it, sir.
That is beyond. That's beyond compassionate. He literally saved that man's life. I need to see that. Go ahead.
Chapter 4, verse 12. Beware of all whoredom, my son, and chiefly take a wife.
And what?
And chiefly
Yeah.
take a wife.
Chiefly, first and foremost, beware of all whoredom. But even more than beware of all whoredom, listen to this. Chiefly, go ahead.
Take a wife of the seed of thy fathers.
I don't care if this white woman would never sleep with anybody but you. She's down for you. She's gonna let you be in the truth, but you don't need her permission. She's gonna let you be in the truth. She's gonna pay for your garments to get sewn, and she's gonna make sure you pulling up in the nicest whip with the cleanest boots and the most iron pants, and you got some two kids, two baby daddies coming to you loud mouth, ratchet. Hard to get a sandwich out the hole. The sister, it's a lot. It's hard to get a sandwich out the sister. You better go argue with her about that goddamn sandwich. That's what you better go do. You better go argue with her about the sandwich. I don't care what Melissa is willing to do for you and buy your garments and shine your boots, and she got you in the seat. She got you in a CL class. She got you in something nice. She got you in something very nice. I don't care. You better go argue with that sister about that damn sandwich. That's what you better do. You tell them young Jakes, you better tell them it's bedtime. At 9 o'clock, it's bedtime. That's what you better go do. You better go do. You want an easy life, Akim? You want an easy life? Go be American. Go be American, where everybody is afraid of needles and everybody get to just storm the damn Capitol and do whatever the hell they please and no repercussions come. Because life in America is easy. You can be an anarchist in America. You can be a damn anarchist and you can sleep whatever you want. Put your ride wherever you feel like. You a woman, crack your legs open to whoever and whatever. They're putting eggplants in their vagina and putting it online. You want to be free and have an easy life? Go do that. There's women who would love to splurge. White women who would love to splurge on you if you leave the truth. Yeah. I promise you. Like, tell her, be in the truth with me, the white woman, and tell her I will leave if you do this for me. Yeah, you gotta leave, and she will literally do it for you. And then there's that sister who you gotta argue with every damn night to get a sandwich. And if those are your two choices, you better go argue every damn night over that turkey. I'm telling you, you better go argue, because if not, you will be destroyed. You may be arguing with her every night, but Melissa will suck your soul out of your body. Yeah. Literally. She will have your soul in her hand. When she wants you to dance, she moves you. You understand? Y'all better go have a horrible relationship with a sister before you ever go deal with a damn devil, and vice versa. Now, of course, we all want wonderful relationships. Y'all get what I'm saying. Go ahead.
So I can start out there. You want me to send it to your phone?
You can send it to my phone. I'm not gonna cover it this class though. Finish up on somebody finish up on Samson, and we gonna wrap class up. It's 9 o'clock.
You was covering?
Oh man, good, Toby.
And take not a strange woman to wife, which is not thy father's tribes.
Chiefly, that's the most important thing. The most important thing, you want a hoe, well then go get a hoe. But if you get a hoe, just make sure the hoe is your hoe. She's your people. You understand that? It's so that excuse that brothers use, they're easier to handle. They're not as combative. She doesn't do this. She doesn't do that. I don't have to worry about her doing these things and doing that because she's white and white women don't do that. Okay, whatever. The Bible says even if black women are hard to handle because you have no masculinity, if whatever excuse you want to use, and shit, don't make your peanut butter and jelly when you want it made. And you're asking her for cornbread out, and she's just buying bread. Well, guess what? You got to deal with it. You got to deal with it. All right. Now, of course, go find one better. But if the option is between a devil and a woman that don't cook, you better go argue with her about the damn turkey sandwich every night. All right. That being said, we'll wrap class up. We'll come back. We'll be back here Friday. You know what I'm saying? Captain Zari will be here as a guest in New Jersey to teach class next Friday. Not this Friday, next Friday. You know what I'm saying? And the Israelite, I'm much of Israel. Much of Shabbat. Much of
Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Barakah.